Welcome, everybody, to the VR Master League interview desk. I am your host, Trip, and today I am joined by Kato Z, Wigglesworth, and is it Inkso from Forlorn Hope. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good. Yourself?
Pretty good. I just want to start off with, so you guys are all active military, right? And this has been just a hassle to get you on here. So you want to give a little bit of backstory about like what all is involved with actually playing in a competitive esports league in the military?
Well, I'll take this one, guys. The military and all three branches of it at the moment have, I'll go with the RAF's one. We have a Royal Air Force Video Game and Esports Association, which at the present date is consisting of over 1,200 active serving personnel with about 100 more veterans and civil servants and contractors that work throughout the military. And it was started roughly 2 years ago, primarily as a welfare organization. Because as you're more than well aware, gaming, especially video gaming, is a very lonely and isolating process. You've got people sitting in their rooms with their thousands of dollars rigs and all sorts of things. And unfortunately, that's not a very healthy lifestyle choice, especially in the military. So the organization was created in order to provide esports arenas, which are custom-built rooms on stations to get people out of their individual block rooms and down into social areas so that they can game, whether it be for casual reasons or through competitive lobbies like the VRML. And currently the Army has their own version of it, which is today around about 3,000 active members on theirs, and then Royal Navy are also building theirs up, currently around about 600 members. And with like everything that you can do in our military services, respectfully, you can do it as a club organization within station level, and then people throughout those different venues can then be chosen to represent the service as a whole. And with esports, it's no different. We have people from various different genres playing in competitive lobbies wherever you go. In fact, two of the members of Forlorn Hope are doing a charity stream tonight for Formula One.
Awesome.
So unfortunately, they couldn't be here with us tonight.
So which branches is everyone from? I guess we should get that out of the way before we go farther.
I think we're all from the Royal Air Force, aren't we?
Nah, I'm Army.
Oh, there we go.
I eat crayons.
That's the Marines for us. So what got you into Onward? I mean, you're active duty, so you all have done basic. You all have, weapons. Does Onward just, I mean, for me, it just scratches an itch where if I can't go shooting, I can still play, and the gun mechanics feel great compared to other games. Is that what it is for you, or you just like the teamwork, or what got you into it over, say, just playing like Call of Duty or any flat game?
Go on, Wiggles.
I was fairly new to VR in general when I got Onward. But I just generally enjoy shooting games like Onward. I always play Pavlov, such games like that. I'm about to buy the new Medal of Honor that came out. I'm going to get that as well next month on payday. So I just generally like shooting games like that, and it was quite, because normally I used to play console on on PC games, and Onward was quite immersive compared to, even though it's just a multiplayer game, there's no story behind it. It was still very immersive compared to other shooting games. The fact you have to, take the mag out, pick another mag up, put it in, rack the lever, and such things like that there's no other games like it really, apart from maybe Pavlov. So yeah, that's why I got drawn straight into it.
What about the rest of you?
So
was Onward the first one?
Yeah.
I mean, have you played video games before?
Yeah, so I mean, when I got my VR, it was kind of a jump at it, really, because fortunately I got a tax rebate, so that was like paid for it. So I kind of thought I'd splurge myself. Got that through, and it was just see what's out there, see what I can experience, what is it actually like to play VR. And first one, because I was really into CS:GO at the time, Pavlov was supposed to be that conversion, get in CS and make it as if you were in the game. So I tried that out, and then it just felt not real enough. It wasn't as immersive of what Onward has become. And as soon as I found it, I fell in love with it. It was great. Great time to be on it.
Myself, as Wiggles and Solo have mentioned about Pavlov and games like Population 1, the one thing that I really have always disliked about first-person shooter games is that whole schoolyard feeling where you're just arguing. It's like, no, I shot you, and they're still running around with a health bar, which just gets really, really frustrating, especially with me with such terrible accuracy. It helps me a lot if I shoot someone once and they actually stay down. But Onward currently is the only game out there where if you get hit and you go down. And so I'll approach my chain of command whether or not I could. Thank you. Approach my chain of command whether or not I can get an official team going. Went through all the different discussions with the appropriate people I needed to go, and even contacted Downpour Interactive to get our official logo approved by them to use their logo within the cells. And then moving forward, there's just not enough people with VR headsets at the moment, because it is, again, a very expensive thing to undertake. And so branched out to recruit members from the Army and the Royal Navy. And unfortunately, one of our long-term members that was in the Royal Navy has, if I put it this way, he's gone to the RNS Quest to do some more in-depth research on some angles for when he comes back for season 12.
So, you say it's expensive? Are you all running PC VR, or are you all on Quest, or?
I think there's a mixture, isn't there? I think there's majority are on the Quest. Myself, I've got the Rift, but I think majority of them are Quest users.
I've got the Quest, but I'm running the PC version.
Yep.
I'm just solo on the Quest. I can't explore that sort of stuff.
So, how do you make playing Onward work around your schedules? People are deployed. You've only got an 8-person roster at max. How do you deal with, like, say, some of your team goes on deployment and you're just short people? Are you gonna boot people while they're on deployment and pick up new people? Or are you rotating people in, because obviously you're part of a group, right? It's not just the team; it's the whole. You got the RAF gaming squadron. So do you just pull people in that can join, or what's the plan there?
It's pretty much like a work roster at the moment. Every Sunday night, I'm pinging out to these guys on our Discord channels to get their availability for the next upcoming week. And as you're aware, people work night shift, people get sent on courses last minute, people get sent on deployment. And because that we are officially representing the military whilst we're competing in the league, we also have that limitation that we can't use official reservists from the VRML, because if, heaven forbid, someone is casting our matches and then that reservist starts saying things that are untoward or of a rather trouble-settling nature, people watching that cast won't be able to distinguish whether or not they're in the military or not. So for added safety features, that we just stick with what we've got. And so what I'm doing is finding out quite regularly. I'm pinging these guys. They must get a lot of Discord pings from myself, asking them what they're doing, what they're available for. And then I'm always asking who's not available for the next couple of weeks. And if they're not, I'm rotating them out. Solo, for example, he was not in the team initially. He was acting as a reservist, and then he was filtered in because one of the guys had to go due to deployment. And again, like I said, our naval friend Toru's, he's off on deployment now, so I've had another guy from the army drafted in.
So which is your favorite branch to play with?
I think that's a bit subjective. I think we know who's got the better aim.
I'm just going to say, next time it goes down, I'm not reviving KO anymore.
So what roles do you play? You said better aim. So what roles does everyone play on the team in Onward?
Run and shoot.
Yeah. This is our first season in the league. We're just getting used to the match forfeits, the different maps. It's nice that with all the custom map inclusion, all the team captains have voted just to stick with the normal map, so that helps us out.
Yeah.
But as far as tactics, roles, no, this is something that we'll start looking towards season 2. Mostly it's one, to figure out if A, it's viable to continue in the league with the limitations on who we can and can't use. Can we actually make regular weekly matches? Can we carry on doing competitive challenges each week? But as far as roles, no, I just try to hit the target most of the time.
Or C4.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's the only thing I've got an accuracy rate.
So, how did y'all get your gamer tags? You said you played CS:GO before and you were really big into that. When did you actually start playing video games? And then what brought about the name?
So the name for mine actually came back, I want to say about 10 years ago, something, maybe even longer. So the first game I actually really got into that took most of my time out was RuneScape. And I'm still playing it now. I'm currently still playing it. It's great. But I was always fascinated by people's names sometimes when they come past and they've got really small names. So I just spent a good 2 hours button mashing to try and find the smallest name I can find. And INXO was the one that was available for me. A few years down the line, actually about 6 years later, 6 years ago, they brought out a different mode where you can play by yourself and be restricted to certain things, making the game a lot harder. And that's where the name Solo Inkso came from as well.
Okay.
That's where it started.
Wigglesworth?
So I don't know. Back in my teens, I had an Xbox account. I haven't been PC for a while, or VR for that matter. I was always Xbox or PlayStation. I was a console player, and all my accounts on them two devices were actually a character of. I was a Trekkie when I was younger, so it was actually a Trekkie, respected a character. Sorry, that I respected until I got my PC, where I got Steam. I'm, my Quest eventually as well, and I thought, my name's Wiggins, my real name is, so I thought I'd go with something a bit more comical, Wiggles, because if you're getting killed by someone called Wiggles, you can't really get angry at that person, can you? But I wanted to make it like British as well, so kind of Wigglesworth is kind of like a British name, if that makes sense,
Just
So
polished it up a
that's
bit.
what I went with. Yeah, exactly. I went with Wigglesworth. So Wigglesworth. That's what I was thinking in my head. So yeah, that's mine.
Myself, I've been playing games for as long as I can remember. My original gamer tag was Shinryu, which was just took after my mother's name, which was my brother's name's Rahayu. But I had to change that a while back because I had this weird interest with games, especially RPG games. If someone ever said to me, "Don't pick this class; it's the worst class out there," or "Don't pick that ship; it's the worst ship," it sort of gave me this, "Ooh, take that class, take that ship, and prove to them that it can be overpowered if it's more of a learn to play issue." And then I did the silly. Let's see, it's Neverwinter when it launched on the Xbox. I made a grand mistake of writing a guide for the Hunter Ranger, and people don't stop messaging you. And I'd say I'm a bit, what's that called? I get a little bit anxious with a lot of social interactions. So in order to escape that, I changed my gamer tag. And because I'm terrible at thinking of nicknames, I just used my nickname from work and my wife's nickname, so Kato Z. So
Nice. Yeah.
that's the brainchild behind that.
Yeah, I definitely feel the I had an Xbox and this is where it came from, because that's where mine came from. I've had it since I was 12, so never changing it. just shortening it for for casting reasons. That's all. So outside of Onward, you guys don't have a whole lot of time. Obviously, you're busy with your lives, just trying to schedule matches. But do you play other VR games, and what are your favorite other games to play, or do you play together at all outside of Onward?
We've got another team member called Lemmy that I've played with on War Thunder a couple of times. But I think Onward is only really the only VR game I play anymore. That's because during the height of COVID, where none of us were really doing a lot because obviously we weren't at work. Obviously, that's when I got my VR. Actually, you know, we had loads of time, loads of energy. You know, being stuck in the rooms, it doesn't, it's going to happen. But now work started, I'm pretty tired at the end of the day, so I don't want to be jumping around and doing somersaults and all sorts of stuff on there. I just want to chill out, play a normal game on PC. So I probably should play a bit more, but I don't. Apart from the matches.
I don't remember getting this time off work. When did you have that?
Well, yeah. Army work hard enough as it is, so we get.
Oh, right.
We thought you lot had it easy enough as it is.
Oh, not just trying to schedule a practice match. I think we've actually given up trying to actually do practice matches with each other. It's just we only turn up on game days at the moment. Like Wigglesworth was saying, now that COVID's starting to get towards a manageable level, work's starting to ramp up again. And as far as other VR games, I've been searching for different ones out there, but Pavlov, Population One, they're just health bar games, which gets frustrating when you're so used to Onward and you shoot someone, they just shoot you back.
Yeah, I'll say the other VR games that I play they're not shooters. I don't play other shooters really. Play a lot of VTOL VR. I don't know if you guys have tried that, but it's pretty good, especially with multiplayer. Or things like Iron Wolf. I like team games. I don't play solo. So I definitely like playing with other people, but obviously you guys don't want to play with each other outside of Onward, so that doesn't work for you.
He's Army, you see.
Yeah, I think I'm the same as yourself. I don't really play any other FPS games on VR. The other ones that I do have are like, okay, so Boneworks is more. I'm interested in the physics of that. I play PokerStars VR just because it's free.
Yeah,
and it's a great environment. It's great socialism as well. If you like that type of thing. So I like the realism, not the realism, the immersiveness.
the social thing, yeah.
Yeah, the socialness as well. Yeah.
I played Ground Zero a couple of times. That was pretty fun.
You like that one? I don't know. I had mixed feelings about it.
I never did the PvP with it because I know there's a PvP version of it now. But I always did the campaign essentially with a mate of mine. It was just funny because you could climb up walls and could give your mate the middle finger, and then crack on with it. But yeah, it was good fun. I wouldn't say it was like my main focus, but it's good to chill out on every so often.
And myself, I haven't touched FPS on any consoles in a long time. In fact, Onward's been the first in years and years and years. And more into my MMORPGs. I played Elder Scrolls far too long.
Love that. Have you tried any of the VR ones? I mean, there's a couple of good ones that I've heard of. I never had. I made the choice not to get sucked back into it. I don't want to do an MMORPG ever again.
I mean, I've got my eyes on Zenith when that actually does release, because that'll probably give me my SAO fix. But what was it? The Orbis Reborn? It's just weird when you've got no legs and you look like Rayman.
What about like
wandering
Township
around.
Tale or whatever that one's called?
That one's coming out to the Quest, I think 13th of the month. And that shows you I got my eye on that as well.
Yeah.
Really keen.
But no, Zenith is what I've got my eye on for an MMORPG on the VR sort of side of things.
Okay.
But besides that, I've tried a number of the sword fighting games, but out of safety for my cabinets downstairs,
Yeah. Yeah,
you get really into it.
I've always had a
I'm
big
not-
play space, like 15 foot by 15 foot, and it bothers me. I'm like swinging blindly when I can't see, and I end up walking, and then I take my headset off. I'm like, oh, that's a corner. Like I'm just like facing into the corner. I'm like, oh, cool. How did I get over here?
I guess you can imagine
Right.
how it's like playing in the block when you
Yeah,
can
I-
reach out and you can touch either side of the walls. Yeah.
I live in the block, and
Yeah.
this is my bed here, and then got 2 meters, probably not even 2 meters, meter and a half that way, and that's it. Yeah, literally, I have to move this chair outside, and that. I've hit my PC loads of times, and it's worried me. But yeah,
Well, normally I would give teams, a chance to plug for new players, but obviously you have a very limited subset of players that you can take. But if you want to, and you've got a full roster right now, so I guess you don't need to get any more players.
yeah, they got me. So,
The heavy carry. So you've
I
got.
mean, in case there's anyone out there in the VRML in the reservist leagues that part of the UK military forces or have been part of them, civil service or a contractor working at a military establishment. Again, that just really refined down our possible player pool to 0. Give me a shout, and if you are and you don't actually want to play for the team or just want to get in touch with the relevant discourse, again, send them my way and I'll be able to get them the information they need. Because all 3 services, their discords are, again, the welfare driven, not just for competitive leagues.
Yeah,
terms
which
and
is-
conditions may apply.
And the welfare thing is something you don't think about, especially with VR, because it's even more isolating in a way, because you're just standing in your room with a headset on, literally all by yourself. But because of the interactivity in VR, it's much more social than playing flat game. Even if I had 5 guys lined up playing, Call of Duty on keyboard and mouse next to each other, I think I'd rather be in VR wherever I'm at playing with those same guys, because you just it's a different feel, right? You get to know people. I get into lobbies and I'll be like, I know exactly who that is based on their body movement and how low to the ground they are and what corners they take, and you start to learn people. And I think it's great. I love VR. And I know Stack Up. I don't know if you guys have a similar thing over in the UK, but Stack Up works with the military here to do gaming stuff for veterans. And we worked with them a couple of times in the VRML and other things. And they're a great organization to work with. So for sure, if you want to get into gaming for socializing, VR is actually the way to go.
Yeah, I do agree with that. It's definitely, you can, don't get me wrong, you can have good fun just on PC or console with your mates, but it takes it to a whole nother level with VR.
Yeah.
Even when you're trying to be serious, sometimes you can't be serious when playing it. It's just
Yeah, doesn't happen. Does not
yeah,
happen.
you just have a laugh in the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's what counts. Like, I don't really care if we come last in a league. It's all about having fun, really.
Yeah, that's a good
especially-
view.
Mm.
And
There's
especially
more- Go on.
especially myself, the only reason I got into VR was I needed something to train for Hado, and Hado's a ridiculously expensive piece of kit, and it's a 3v3 augmented reality dodgeball thing. But it does a number on your thighs and your calves.
You need some
it does a
pistol whip.
serious
That's
number.
what you need.
Oh,
I got that as well.
Pistol Whip, yeah. Pistol Whip is difficult.
You get the
And I
can't
can
walk the
say-
next day. Yeah.
I can say all this VR because I'm getting used to just doing crouching and proning all the time in matches now, just for the extra bit of physical exercise. But yeah, my last Hado game that I did on over the weekend, it's definitely paid off. And you just don't get that level of exertion just sat behind a console or mouse and keyboard. And it's like you said, FPS on a mouse and keyboard. I mean, I tried playing Rainbow Six the other day, and you're just dragging that crosshair over to someone to shoot. It's like, oh, come on, I could just turn and go, boom. Probably miss, but the thought's there.
a much better shot in real life than I am on a mouse and keyboard for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
just
going to say
equally
the same.
terrible. No, I'm just terrible.
It's just natural, though, isn't it? It's natural movement with VR, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
natural to us.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does each one of you do? What's your I don't know what the UK equivalent is, but what's your MOS, your specialty
Rolls.
roles?
Yeah. Well, I'm obviously army. I'm well, not obviously, but well, I'm army. I'm part of the 1st Battalion Grenadier Guards infantry. So the guys that you see in front of Buckingham Palace, the
Yep.
tunics and bearskins, that's our job. That's our part of our job. So we not only do we do the infantry side of things, we do ceremonial. So like guarding the Buckingham Palace, changing of the guard, things like that. Then obviously, like I said before, infantry. Yeah, everyone knows what they do. I think that's pretty standard across the world, don't matter where you're from. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What about the other two?
Okay. You want to go? All right, Sam. So I'm a supplier, so I deal with all the kit that needs to go places. If squadrons need even as little as a bolt or an engine, they'll ask me and I'll get it for them. If we have it in stock, easy enough. If not, send it on somewhere else and we'll bring it in and sort it all out. We also do all the disposal side of things, getting rid of stuff that's either broke or can't be repaired, and just try and get some money back for the military instead of just throwing it in the bin.
No,
Glorified
I didn't
postman.
get anything. Myself, I'm an air and space operations specialist, and that job role is as varied as you can imagine. It can be anywhere from working in control towers to radar units to bunkers underneath the ground, staring up into space and telling civilians worldwide that no, we're just the only ones in the universe, to just working in an operations room. The good thing about the trade is that every 5 years when we have to move around, I can just pick a completely different job that I've not done before. I don't have to sit there doing the same job for the rest of my life. No offense, guys.
I'm the same. There's different parts of supply for myself. I've
No, I'm
only just
stuck
covered
in
the
this.
basic ones.
I'm stuck in
To be
this
honest,
job. It sucks.
I would have loved to be able to be part of QCF. QCS? Yeah, QCS. QCS, that's it. Yeah, not QCF. Yeah, no, you can cut that bit out.
I don't even know what you're on about. You've lost me now as well.
So the RAF's equivalent in the reg is the QCS, which also take part in guarding Buckingham Palace, and that's what I would have wanted to do.
Oh,
But I'm not reg material.
Mate,
I'm definitely not reg material.
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about them.
Oh, go on.
There's a reason why the tunic and bearskin's famous, mate, and it's not because of them.
No, I know.
But here's the other reason as well we can't. We've not really been playing seriously this season is because when you get all three services into the same voice chat channel, it's every excuse possible to give banter.
Oh, of course.
I mean, Wigglesworth is infantry, and he seems to get shot quickly.
Trying to save your ass is what I'm trying to say. So that or Kato stabs me in the back with a knife.
The amount of times people have gone, "Oh, sorry, I thought that was the. I forgot we switched sides." You know?
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
And it's a shame Taro is not here because he was our grenade specialist. Regardless where you were on the map, he could drop a grenade right by my feet without fail every time.
By your feet, never the enemy. He knew exactly where you were.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, I think that's all the time we have here. If you guys have anything left to say, go ahead and say it. But, I think it was I had a great time interviewing you, and I'm glad you guys are part of the league. I would definitely push people if I come across veterans or active military that are in the EU. I'll definitely send them your guys' way. And welcome to the league. It's your first season. You're what? 6 for 18? Is that right? Is that what you're? 6 for 14. So that's not a bad.
No.
Does the RAF just disown you if you lose all your matches one season? They're just like, these guys cannot represent us anymore. They're out.
We just a month or two pays out the way,
That's why we're losing, because most of the team are RAF.
Oh,
Here we go again.
If the army had a VR team, we'd probably be top.
But then again, aren't the army supposed to be good at World of Tanks?
Well, no, because maybe, I don't know.
I lost that one over the weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, I'll let you off that one.
It's not just UK military. If you ever come across a dedicated military unit wherever, we can always arrange some military friendly competitions.
Yeah.
Here we go. Starting World War 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
let's do it. VR war games. Let's do it.
Nice. I like the sound of that.
Don't need politics when you can do VR.
I mean, it's not just it's not unheard of. I mean, what's it? The RGN's COD team had a massive tournament against the US forces. They played the US Space Command in the finals.
Ooh. Who won?
US Space Forces, which was it's worth a look to see what people think.
Sorry, we can cut that bit out as well.
Yeah. Well, I think that about wraps it up here. I am your host, Trip, and I have been joined by Kato Z, Wigglesworth, and go ahead and say it yourself.
Solo Inkso.
Solo Inkso from Forlorn Hope. And hopefully we'll be getting some casts in with them soon when they get a match scheduled. And stay tuned for more VRML interviews. We will see you guys next time.
Appreciate it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this Friday afternoon cast. I am your host, Etch here today. We're going to be watching Forlorn Hope go against the Illusionists today. You guys just watched a interview by Forlorn Hope. They are a team of members from the from various branches of the Royal Air Force. They're a band of soldiers and other combatants, as they call themselves. It's an awesome new team to the VRML, and we're excited to have them. On the other side, we have Illusionists, who are also a new team to VRML this season, both in EU. Always love seeing new EU teams, and they are both. They've both won a few games. I think. Let's see. Let's take a look at the stats first. So I believe Forlorn Hope have played 14 games this season, while Illusionists have played 7 games this season. And they've both been, Forlorn Hope in particular, have been doing lots of challenges and just trying to get some experience under their belts. Now, in terms of maps and bans, let's take a quick look at what our teams have here for us. So we've got Forlorn Hope with the Subway ban and Illusionists with a USS Quest ban. Of course, we're in that third phase of the season where teams, where we have a new map pool, and we've got USS Quest back in the mix. We've also got Bazaar in the mix, which I think is going to be our first map. I'm still waiting on final confirmation, but it seems like it will be. And Bazaar is a great map. I've always, it's a classic Onward map, mid-sized map with long-range encounters, so it's always a fun map to see all of the different skills that a team has. And I'm really curious to see how both these teams play. I mean, they're new teams. Forlorn Hope in particular has real-life combat experience. Several of them, a few of them are infantrymen. Is that going to translate to any of? Is that going to translate to Onward? Have they applied those skills? They've obviously had a season of play, or a good chunk of games to test that out and see what works and what doesn't work. So we will have to see how they shape out to be playing. We're still waiting on a final lobby and players to hop in, but it seems like we will have that sorted out soon. Actually, looks like our first map is going to be cargo, so scratch everything I said. We're going to go to a different kind of map. This one is small, close quarters, a lot of cargo containers, and it's all about that teamwork, cohesion, attack. There's only two ways to play cargo. You're attacking or you're attacking. So players are filling in. Let's give them another minute or two, and I'm sure we'll get started. Cargo does have a new objective that came out this season. I don't think I've actually seen it in play very often. There are, 4 other objectives, so probability isn't that high, but there is a new objective, and it hasn't really seemed to change much about how Cargo gets played. Played it a few times, but it seems to be relatively similar to defending the other North OBJs, but perhaps we just need to play it more. We just need to see what the teams can come up with that's different, because the spawns are different, the timings are different. So there's it's not just about, it's not as close to the other maps as other OBJs, as it may seem. So let's take a quick look at the rosters. From the Illusionist side today, we will have Slenmy, Black Fox, the Blind Kid, who I believe is a reservist for them. Their 4th player who just dropped. On the Forlorn Hope side today, on the roster, we've got Solo, Inkso, Wigglesworth, a Blue Snail, Connor LS, and Jack Lemon MD. We've got lots of doctors in VRML. I wonder if Jack Lemon's an actual doctor, though. Maybe he is. There's a few of those, too. Now, on Cargo, how do these teams shape up to each other? Let's see. Forlorn Hope have played it 6 times and won it 4 times. Not bad. They have a 67% win rate on Cargo, 56% round win rate, so pretty good stats. And on the Illusionist side, they've played it 3 times, won it twice, for an identical 67% win rate. So this will be a pretty close matchup based on those stats. Who knows? I mean, stats are always deceiving. It depends on who you're playing and all sorts of other factors that we don't see when we just look at the numbers. But nevertheless, we will be starting soon. This is my first main solo cast, so apologies ahead of time if anything happens. I'm sure something will. But do let me know how the levels sound, how game audio sounds, all of that good stuff. Let me know so I can tweak anything as needed. But it looks like we're still waiting on the teams. I'm going to drop us into an intermission while we wait, and we'll be back soon when the teams are ready. Alrighty, folks, we are back and jumping into round 1 of map 1, which is going to be cargo. So, we're starting off with that propane tank objective. Let's hop along with the Illusionists and see what their plans are. They are going to be starting at 4v5. No spirits lost nonetheless. Slenmy here pushing up first, getting aggressive. Finding no resistance yet. All of Forlorn Hope are pretty tucked in right now. They all are in position. Slenmy gonna run into Jack, and ooh, they're gonna trade there. More shots. Solo does take down Blind down there. Now just 2 of Illusionists left. They're gonna get this res now, unless Solo challenges it. He is gonna challenge it and take down Slenmy. Jack with some great callouts, directing Solo. Solo just entering this container. Solo and Chas gonna come into contact. Solo gets another one. Chas is alive. Black Fox trying to get this res. Solo here to challenge it, but Wiggles on a flank from the back takes him out. Forlorn Hope get their first point. Good round for Forlorn Hope there, holding down the defenses. They lost one of their members, but they pulled it back, and Wiggles in the back there with the flank that I didn't even catch. I don't know where. I think he must have been on that container 4 side and pushed around to take that spot. Well played by them. Illusionists will be playing this match at with 4, it seems, so they will be on the back foot. They'll have to try to get some early kills and picks in order to make this a bit more of a fair fight. But with cargo, being down 1 person isn't a huge disadvantage. You can always pull it back. So it's a map that tends to defy odds. Map that we see 1v3s, 1v4s happen on an almost normal basis, so can't count anybody out just yet. This is their map pick as well, so it's a map they want to play. Now, I will note that Forlorn Hope are home today, but they have chosen to be Volk and give up their first map choice. But let's jump into round 2. Let's see what kind of attack Forlorn Hope plan here. Let's ride along with Wiggles. Early shots, but Black Fox from Illusionists will be the one to get the first kill. Take a look at that kill there. Seems like Black Fox peeked and took somebody out over that red container. 3 of Forlorn Hope on that east side. Jack, though, does take out Black as Black pushes forward on an aggressive position. Forlorn Hope still very passive, just hanging back here. Where's that 4th member? Oh, right here. You know that there's 2 up there. They saw the 2 cross. C4 very close. Blind Kid pushing up here a little bit. Oh, a team kill from Connor taking out Blue Snail. Blind heard that. Now he just has to deal with Wiggles here. And Connor with another team kill. Oh no. No, Connor. Not like this. It's now a 3v2. Maybe the Illusionists are pulling off some illusions here, deceiving Connor's eyes. Four minutes left. Patient plays from the Forlorn Hope team here. Jack just clearing out all of this middle areas that he had teammates playing last round, so obvious choices to check. He's not going to run into any resistance yet. Meanwhile, Blind Kid has continued proning and pushing his way up. He is hiding behind this smoke, tosses it. Connor should know that he's pushing this now. Blind Kid looks, sees Connor, takes the shots. They take shots at each other. Connor ducks away. Let's turn on some lasers. Let's see what Blind Kid gonna do. Slenmy, though, is the one to take out Connor. 3 of Illusion is still up. Now all up to Jack. Jack gonna go to that backside there. Probably will be met by Chase if Chase is going to be continue looking there, but Jack might have the advantage if Chase doesn't hold that angle. Oh, but Chase peeks it as Lemon is looking the wrong way. And Illusionists take their first point. Now we're at a 1-1. Unfortunate team kills from Connor there, taking out 2 of his teammates in that 4th container there. They knew that there were 2 enemies there. Just some miscommunication on that timing there. Like we're not getting game audio. That's not good. Let's try to fix that. Thank you for letting me know, section. Alrighty, so that's going to be 2 rounds with no game audio, but it's alright. We'll make do. We're going to be switching over to that north-south OBJ, the one right south of the red container. The one that's a little bit harder to defend, not too hard. So let's jump on into round 3. Oh, we're gonna have a round reset. It tricked me. We take a look at the KDs. MVP of Illusionists right now is Connor LS on the wrong side. They've got to correct that. I mean, without those 2 team kills, that could have been a Forlorn Hope win there. But hey, playing 4v5, Illusionists will take all the help they can get, so Sometimes that's just how it is. There we go. Looks like we're going to be jumping back in now.
You sound.
You're pretty much covered. Right. Why the solo?
Yeah, I'm going far right. No. Just keeping the.
See how this defense fans out here. Black Fox early lines towards Connor here. Spots Connor, but Connor is going to be the one
One down
to
right.
take the shots.
I'm on your right, keeping containers down the side.
Solo's going to push up off of that now. They're going to try to get some more aggression going on. Connor and Chase see each other, but Solo takes him out. Meanwhile, Blind on the other side did take out someone. Wiggles takes out Slenmy. It's all up to Blind now. Connor swings behind him, redeems himself a bit for GG kills. Good teamwork there from the two members of Forlorn Hope on that tunnel side, right side, to get those 2 kills. That was really well done. Cross lines there. Definitely a lot of patient play coming out of Forlorn Hope today. They're exercising their patience. Alrighty, well, hopefully the audio is now fixed. Let me know if it is not fixed. Again, first cast troubles. We're gonna have a few more of those, I'm sure. Nothing unexpected. Alrighty, the teams are coming back in for round 4.
Dumpster sucks. It's not even the league rules that you have to use it. They're just using it. And I don't like it. Alright, let's do this.
How can you just waste it around me?
Just dab. That's not allowed.
Defense is set up with 2 forward, 2 a little bit further back. Blind Kid tosses some C4. Black Fox and Chase both takes down Wiggleworth, who looks like he was trying to make a cross in the back. Early kill, making it a 4v4. Connor gonna push up here. He is on top of, very close to being on top of that C4. Actually 2 more. Slenmy does take down Connor. C4 could be proved to be very deadly here. Sitting right here. Will they spot it? Think they saw it? Oh, they haven't shot it yet. Shot it yet. Black Fox, though, pushing. They have identified this tunnel push. C4 gets blown, doesn't find anybody. Black Fox pushing up towards where Lemon's coming out of. Can he find Lemon here? Oh, he sees Blue. Distracted. Oh, a Jack, untimely teleport. Black Fox pushes, though, takes down Blue Snail. Can he find Lemon next? He's looking, he takes a shot, and there it is. And a dab for Black Fox. Heard that one. Lots of aggression from Illusionists there to take it even after being downed for 4v5. They're still making it a close fight here. The Illusionists are looking for a reservist, I believe, from their captain. So if there are any reservists who can sub for them, you could lend me a message. I believe Lenny is looking for reservist. We can see a great 5v5 matchup then. We're going to be moving on to that new objective now. We're just talking about it before app. It's an interesting one. It's under the pipes, kind of out in the open, but it is cappable. There's no doubt about it. Take a look at how Forlorn Hope are going to set up.
I'm gonna stay on this left.
Quick. Look, you go.
I promise.
Solo here might be the first one to run into contact with Spots 1. Unable to take down. That was Wigglesworth though. Meanwhile, does find Slenmy on that cross. 2 coming up the tunnel. Lasered in from Jack Lemon here. Let's go over to the tunnel side and see. Looks like Solo gonna be out. Lemon does find blind. Can't get the confirm though.
Behind the crate. Revive me. He's.
Oh, such a close nade. Not gonna make it in though.
Res me. I'm still alive. He's moving up.
Jack Solo tries to push up and gets taken out. Meanwhile, Chase does get that revive and blind off for that revive. Takes down Jack Lemon, pulling this back. 3 pushing aggressively on to Connor here. Flash, not gonna go past the container. This one, not also going past the container. Blind Kid swings, finds Connor. 2 left. Wiggles though, looking to get a little frisky, maybe get behind him. Oh, Blind just misses Snail. Snail sees him. Chase is gonna take him out, and Black takes Wiggles on the flank. A 3 from Illusionists just charge their way forward. Well played. The patience from Forlorn Hope is biting them a bit as this Illusionist team is playing aggressive and they are charging their way ahead. So maybe they're keying in onto some of the tendencies from the first couple rounds here. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quickly. We got Black Fox 6-3, Blind 3-2. I believe Blind had 3 kills that round right there. So got off that res and popped off a little bit there. On the Forlorn Hope side, Connor has zeroed himself out. Tough thing to do after coming off of 2 team kills, so we'll forget that round happened. Wiggles leading the way with 4 on the Forlorn Hope side. Let's go ahead and jump into round 6.
Game still don't shit.
Pick up throw again. You can, yeah, you can pick it up.
Black with an aggressive position takes on 2 that lined up. He's looking for more now. He finds Solo here. See him, he takes the shots, and they're gonna trade. Solo is still alive.
I'm down on the mid, towards the back.
Be an easy res. Blue, go and get this res. Thinking about it. Both stacked up here. They've gone past Solo. They're leaving him
Name on the right.
solo.
Down there.
Fortunately. Poor guy. There's no one really in front of the OBJ. All 3 of the defenders are behind it, so Snail and Wiggles gotta be careful about stacking up too closely here. C4 or some utility would be very deadly here, and Blind and Wiggles are gonna trade. Snail's the last one up. Doesn't know that's a trade, but Chaser is going to rotate possibly. That same spot? Or not. Oh, but Slen might make a swing. Thinking about it. Will he do it? Will he do it? He's gonna see Snail now, and there it is. He's gonna take out Snail. Illusionists take map 1. Their map choice, their win. That round could have gone differently if Forlorn Hope chose to go for that res. They made a choice not to go for that res, and they kept him down a player. We're gonna jump into the next map, which is gonna be relatively close quarters still. We're not gonna go too big, it seems. We're gonna go to Suburbia. We're going to be starting off with the what OBJ do we have? Starting off with that semi-truck Humvee OBJ. Took me a sec to find it. One of the new ones, of course. One that is very winnable on Marsoc, capable on Marsoc. A lot of aggressive plays. I feel like we see 2 styles of plays here on attack. We see people push lane 1 and 2, overwhelm with force, or we see people swinging out to lane 4 and trying to catch the backside of defenders. I haven't seen much else. Letting attackers get into the backyard and to spawn is deadly, of course, on that OBJ. Let's jump into a gameplay view, take a look at it. yeah, letting anybody get to that backside, you know, crossing back there, getting across, deadly, of course. Don't want that to happen. But the thing about this OBJ is you can, you know, you can have people playing back here and they can look through this Humvee, you know, spot anybody going to OBJ. They can shoot most of anybody capping, because you can, you know, you can kill a guy from here capping there, and you can kill, you know, from this side, any of these spots here, you can kill the other guy. So you don't, on defense, a lot of times we're seeing people not invest in sending people across this open gap here, because depending on spawn, it could be deadly for the defenders to get all the way up there. But on offense, you have two spawns, so you can either spawn in this house right here, or you can spawn behind this APC right here. So you'll be spawning in the south, regardless of wherever you might get one of the two, but you'll be in the south. And the defenders are gonna spawn behind this white car right there. So as you can see, it's, you know, it's still sort of a south to north attack, but if attackers choose to go lane 4 that way, and they can try to get behind him. They can make the fight long range across that north street, and they can choose to do that, or they can choose to push head on right up lane 1, lane 2, and make the fight happen right here. So hope to see what Forlorn Hope do when they attack now. Oh, we're here. Shout out to all the folks tuning in. It is a 3 p.m. on Friday. I'm sure many of you are at work, or if you're across the pond, it is evening for you. We don't get a lot of these midday casts, but hopefully we will get more of them in the future. But enough of that. We're jumping into round 1, and Forlorn Hope are gonna get this APC tank.
I got my smoke ready.
Thanks, Spawn.
Gold for today. Yeah, just dash that up.
Let's see, they're going to be sending 3 towards lane 1, lane 2, and 2 up towards lane 4. Let's follow along with these lane 4 guys.
Yeah, same.
Toss of smoke, they've drawn attention, they're spotted, taking shots, but just duck. Heal a bit. Slenmy has spotted him, Chaser has spotted them. Take shots onto Slenmy. Blue spots Chaser, he does, he takes the shots, can't land them. Meanwhile, Black, the other side does take out one. We'll have to split our attention. Slenmy takes out Solo, who's only downed, and Chaser finishes Blue. They're both downed. Unfortunate. It's now all up to Jack and Connor here in this middle house. Illusionists don't know if they got those kills. They are not sure. It's gonna be a really hard res.
At the back of their spawn near enough.
Solo is calling out 2 of them at least, but Slenmy takes out Connor, who makes a peek on lane 3, and Jack gets, wow, Jack just took out 3 of them in some fashion. Let's see. Just line one up and spot Slenmy. It takes Slenmy. Jack with the squad wipe that I did not catch at all, except for the end. That squad wipe, yeah. Jack with 4 kills. Wow. That was. I don't know how he took out. What did he do there? Let's see. He must have just lined them all up. All of them on that side. They were all distracted by that lane 4 side, and Jack Lemon going to work. Well done. All right, chat, drop some predictions on what you think gonna take place here. So Illusionists took their first map their way, but they got to pick the map because Forlorn Hope chose to take bulk. Now we're on Forlorn Hope's, no, we're actually on Illusionists map pick here, I think. Actually, no, we're on Forlorn Hope's map pick. These teams are confusing me with what they're doing, but they're doing something. Just drop me a prediction. Who do you think is going to win Suburbia? Let's leave it at that.
Go.
Early setup from
Alright, and you cover that. I'm gonna pull him.
most of them, and Connor is going to spot them first. Takes down one. Black Fox, though, gets that quick refrag onto Connor from lane 3. Jack Lemon looking this way. They're going to try to shut down anybody going up lane 4. So far, pretty good. Now Jack's job to hold that down, but he is exposed from lane 3, which is where Black Fox is approaching. Black Fox might find an exposed Jack. Can't see it quite yet. Jack does get a kill before that. Black Fox with free frag finds it. And Chase, meanwhile, finds a frag onto Wiggle as well. 2 of Forlorn Hope left. 3 of Illusionists. Still good coverage between Solo and Blue. Smokes are going to start to roll in, block some of that visibility. Chase, though, is going to find Blue. OBJ is open. He's going to go for the cap here. He can go for it. Chase is looking for it. Solo's not responding. Blue can't see him. And Chase capping. Come on, Chase. It's trying. Punching it for a second time. You know where Solo is. Chase is still trying. And finally, Chase gets it. Long cap, but nevertheless a good cap from Chase there. Well done. Giving Illusionists 2 points on the board. That's the danger with this objective, is if you start losing the numbers, then you don't have the eyes onto OBJ, and Solo there just did not respond to the deaths happening around him, so a little unfortunate there. Solo had the time to try to recover that for them, or at least go out and die. He definitely could have, because Chase took a slow cap there. Pressure of the moment, of course, but could have gone Forlorn Hope's way, if, or at least only given up a point. But we're in a 1-2 now. Alrighty, let's jump back in as we go to round 3. We're gonna be moving to that middle house objective. Dreaded middle house. We see a strong lane 4 push from Forlorn here.
Watch out coming down there.
They're taking control of playground now, and they are pushing up quickly. Can they find Chase's backside? Chase is not looking. Solo does take out Chase. Black is now keyed in this way. He's looking for Blue Snail.
Yeah, one.
Takes the shots. Connor ducks back just in time. Or Blue ducks back. Connor gets a refrag. Great teamwork there. Now it's just 2 defenders up in middle house. Oh, but Slenmy from the top there. Gonna take out 1. Tight line. Wiggles downstairs is putting some damage. Trying to make this entry. Oh, but Blind sees him and they're gonna trade. Blind was inside right there defending that. Jack gonna make sure he's dead. Go up to Slenmy now. Flashlight up on that staircase. Slenmy gonna find his second, and Connor defending that bottom front entry. It's just Abe and Jack now. They've got to coordinate this to get this 2-piece, refrag here. Jack gets spotted by Slenmy. Great rotation. Slenmy just holding off this team here. Can Forlorn Hope coordinate this here? They come up at the same time. Can they toss some utility up here? They haven't used much quite yet. Just a frag and maybe smoke, so hopefully they have some more. Charge is gonna come up soon, maybe? Oh, that smoke is gonna block that staircase more. Almost has his head taken out by Slenmy. Blue and Jack just waiting for their smokes to go away. Jack is gonna come up. Gets shot by Slenmy. All up to Blue now. Slenmy now with 3 kills. Peek. Looking for this push here. 2 minutes still left. Blue Snail could take the time, but no, Blue is gonna just hang out there at that front step of the staircase. And Slenmy with the 4-piece. Slenmy is happy. Great plays there to hold them off there, and now Illusionists up 3-1, looking to take the series. And having played 4v5 the entire day, they've done a great job. Forlorn Hope need to, they've got a few things to look back here, hopefully, and tidy up. They've got to just add a little bit more speed to their game. Gonna make a move, make the move, you know, and that's a difference I think we've seen today, is Illusionists have, you know, not always played with great teamwork, but when they're making moves and clearing an angle, they're going for it. We've seen some great teamwork, though, from Forlorn Hope's side. You know, when they were clearing lane 4, they pushed, they bounded. Some great stuff there. But And that was a great play by Slenmy, who is leading the board for Illusionists with 6 and 2. Good stuff. Alrighty, we're gonna be hopping over to that playground, OBJ, it seems. Teams almost started. Went back to tent. Got a good match here today. I do want to point out that we've got a couple of great matchups coming up this weekend. 2 on venues. On Saturday at 4 p.m. we'll have Boss Fight versus Raptors on venues. The last Button Cup matchup. You don't want to miss it. That'll be casted by Nightfire and myself at 4 p.m. And on Sunday night, we have at 8 p.m. we've got Mayhem versus Strive Gaming on venues as well, casted by Nightfire and Theta. So be sure to catch both of those games. We'll have a few others this weekend as well. I think there's one tonight, 9 p.m. Error 404 versus the Bankers. I don't know how to say that name. I'm not gonna try. Thankfully, I'm not casting that game, so that is another matchup that you don't want to miss. But definitely check out venues if you haven't. It's a great way to catch casts. And looks like we are now finally going to jump into the next round. Maybe.
Don't peek, just sit behind the crate and hold an angle.
Alright. Tony, we got the good spawn, so I can go straight to my spot.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Got 2 of Forlorn pushing through lane 3. Black is going to find 1 over on the lane 4 side. We do have 2 pushing lane 1 as well. Jack is surprised that he's not seeing anybody here. Slenmy is going to find Blue Snail. Now, Slenmy might find Connor as well. If Connor keeps pushing, Blind's actually going to find Connor. Solo, but Jack is going to find Black. OBJ defense is low. Chase does find Solo from that lane 4 spot. Jack is going to toss some smoke. They know where he is now. Maybe. Blind has not looked this way. Lenmy hasn't really seen it either. Chase has. Jack sees Chase, but Chase is going to return fire and take him out, giving Illusionists the map and the series. Alrighty, well done, Illusionists, taking off 2 maps at, despite playing 4v5 today. I believe coming into this game, let's see, let's take a look. Into this game, I want to say Forlorn Hope were ranked higher. They were, yep. Forlorn Hope were ranked 23rd, and Illusionists were ranked 63rd, so well done. Look at the connoisseur votes as well. Forlorn Hope were coming in with 12-1 odds. So, ready to play the odds, Illusionists. We are going to be jumping into map 3, which will be Quarantine, so we're going to finally go to some range after 2 small to mid-sized maps. Alrighty, let's get started with round 1 on Quarantine. We are gonna be starting off with the Bulk Garage OBJ. Go take a look at what the defensive setup will look like for Forlorn Hope here. Two going towards that impact building, one up the center, and then 2 going south. Early shots down the south street. No one is quite there because they did get that northeast spawn, but cautionary shots as they cross south. Honor with a nice angle from up this plane looking towards that hospital. Powerful high ground angle. And protection from Blue Snail as well, protecting his back.
Just sit there, mate.
He might be stuck.
Don't die.
I guess it's gonna have to
I think
happen,
Snail
innit?
is stuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, Snail. Connor now has made it onto the rooftop. He is quite exposed there, but can see a lot. If he peeks, he should be able to see Slenmy. He sees one, he sees 3, he sees both of them. He gets one, but Slenmy with a quick refrag and a revive shuts that down. Got one of the Illusionists in the far south. and 3 in the north here. 2 of Forlorn Hope side by side here in the center building there. They're both, I think, covering south and north. They're quite exposed from the north. Somebody right about here. No one is going to be there as Lend Me Now swings northwest. Oh, looks like we had to teleport back to spawn. That's what happened. 1 teleport for each side tonight. While over here, Snail, I believe, is still stuck. But he might still be actually quite effective from here, maybe. If he manages to... Slendy's gonna get across him. But Wiggleworts is not gonna let that happen. Takes down Slendy. Doesn't finish him yet.
Behind airplane. There's one inside airplane, there's one in mid building.
Oh, just barely Solo survives from Blind Kid's shots. Blind is looking. Solo takes a shot from Blind Kid. Blind Kid's running a bolt action. Can't miss. Solo's gonna take those shots back. Blind is trying to get that one shot into Solo, but can't do it. Solo swings back, takes him out. Now we've got another in the south. Black Fox has made it south now. Looking for Solo. Oh, and he just misses Solo as Solo runs across the street. Black spot Solo. Solo seems to be looking. He might have spotted him. Looking at each other. Solo's taking the shots. Black is taking the shots, and neither of them can land. Solo finally comes back. Gets the headshot. The point up for Forlorn Hope there. Despite having Blue Snail stuck in a plane, they were able to pull that off. If you guys were not here at the beginning of this stream, we did run a fantastic interview by Trip from last night with the Forlorn Hope team, so I do recommend checking it out. This is a very cool team, being that they all are service members from various different branches. They're part of the Royal Air Force Video Gaming and Esports Association, which basically is a group focused on welfare for serving members, civil servants, and veterans. And they rotate members as they have availability. And Onward's one of the games that they play, among others. So they're here representing their different branches and representing the armed services in Onward. So a very, very cool team. And do check out the interview with them from earlier this evening. Now, I don't know much about the Illusionists team. Unfortunately, I don't have a bio about them to share. But if anybody knows in chat, what is the origin story of Illusionists? Who are these guys? Looks like we've had a drop from the Illusionist side, so we're waiting on a fourth to come back in. Alrighty, looks like we're having more trouble with teams not having their players. I'm not sure what's going on. Or maybe looking at a 3v3 to finish this off? 3v4? I'm not sure. I'm gonna drop us in an intermission while we wait, and hopefully we'll be back soon. Alrighty, folks. It looks like our Illusionist team is unable to field a team, so they will be forfeiting map number 3. So that'll give Forlorn Hope 4 points. And Illusionists with 0 points. So that's going to close off our game today a little bit early. Final score of 7-8. Good game by Illusionists. Despite playing down a player, they were still able to pull off the win. And first season for both teams, this was a cross-pond challenge. Always love to see those challenges. We've only got a few weeks left in the season, so do get those challenges in to secure some more points, some more MMR to get closer to the top of the leaderboard. And if nothing, it means it'll give you a little bit of a boost next season, when MMR will have a soft reset and this whole process will start all over again. But that's going to be it for the cast today. I'm your caster, Etch, and this has been Forlorn Hope versus Illusionists. Big shout out to all of our sponsors who you see on the bottom and on the right side and you know and love. Do share subs and bits for the channel, of course, and we do hope to catch you again later this weekend on venues or any of the other casts that we have. Thanks for coming, everyone.